the anthology that we have put together with 6 exceptional dark space stories. And Mia joins me, and she's the author of Contingency Protocol, which is an amazing story. So, Mia, tell me, whereabouts are you speaking to me from now? So I'm in the UK. Where are you speaking to me from?
I'm across the pond in Philadelphia area.
Yeah,
So
Philadelphia.
yeah, I'm in the past, I guess, comparing to you. You should be in the
Oh,
future.
yes. I am in the future. It's amazing we can actually do time travel like this. This anthology brings together 6 international voices because we've got a couple of people in the US, one person's from Ukraine, one person's from Vietnam, one person's from Ireland, and one person's from the UK. And I was thinking that the person from the UK was going to be the problem with scheduling because apparently there's something on called football which he was worried about missing. But we've already recorded an interview with Robert, so now I'm recording an interview with you, Mia. And so, okay, um, contingency protocol. Um, what was this a story that you had in mind already when you saw the call for submissions? Was it something you'd already written, or was it something about the prompt that made you think, yes, dark space?
Well, most of my fiction is very dark. Some might say Obsidian, but I don't write a lot of science fiction. And this was a story I've written on a dare to myself. I was determined to write hard sci-fi, which I've never done before, and my brain doesn't quite work that way. So I got this idea, I'm gonna write this story, and it's in space, and it's dark, and it's got spores. And then the story happened, and it surprised me. It was a lot of work, actually, and I wasn't sure what to do with it quite. Um, I don't think the U.S. markets were very receptive to it. This is a recent story. I wrote it not so long before you posted your call, but I have a very good audience in the UK that I'm very fortunate to have. And when I saw your call, I was like, I think this is a good fit. And I submitted it, and that was it. And it came out so quickly. I'm so glad. It was like lightning fast, like, yeah, space speed. So I was very happy for my story to find a home. And on the heels of that, I actually just sold another science fiction novella to a British press.
Excellent.
So it's coming out, I think, in the fall. It's called Other Self from Wild Blood Press. Ta-da! I plugged
That
it.
is excellent. Excellent. That's that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Uh, so do you think there's something about the British temperament that suits these darker stories, do you think? Or do you think US readers are also perhaps missing out a little bit on dark space stories? Because we have a couple of writers in here from the US. So and I had put in my prompt that I was thinking of stories like Event Horizon and Sunshine, which is of course written by Alex Garland, I think, which is like very I've probably got that wrong now. Danny
No,
Boyle.
no, that's it. I love that
Excellent.
one.
Yeah. So do you think we have more of a bleak outlook, do you think?
I'm not quite
Oh, I'm
sure.
asking you to I'm asking
Mm,
you to say rude things about the British now. No, I'm not. Did what so oh gosh, I'll probably edit that out. No, I won't. Yeah, I think that we can have a very bleak sense of humour sometimes. I found that some of this is like very some of the stories could be a little tongue in cheek in regards to that something in here, but yeah. Anyway, you were telling
Um,
me.
I think it's more that the European markets in general are more receptive to stories that are uncanny and a bit uneasy.
Yes.
And that's kind of my field of expertise. And I think that just tends to land better. I have, of course, published both in US and UK, and actually 6 countries, I think, to date altogether. But I think it's I guess somewhat different European sensibility. My friend Michael Marshall Smith always says that I write like a European writer, and it's funny because I've lived in America most of my life, but I guess some of that sort of remained. The darkness of the soul, the pervasive darkness of the soul that just comes across. But no, I'm very, very fortunate that I can offer both. I can do somewhat sunnier things for one part of my fans and something darker and a little more unsettling for the other.
Okay, great. So I also asked my writers to think about themes of isolation. And as writers, we tend to sort of like have a lot of time to ourselves that we would spend alone just with our own thoughts. Do you think that's something that the idea of like space kind of appeals to the writer's soul? I mean that it's a kind of like a lonely sort of like time and you get to explore your own psyche quite a bit.
The dark and lonely space. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely an element to that. And even for somebody who doesn't write as much science fiction like me, it was easy on that level to connect with the story because I do spend a god awful amount of time on my own, with my own thoughts swimming around my head. And it can get dark, definitely, and isolating. And I think a lot of that definitely is reflected in Contingency Protocol, for better or worse. I think for better. I think it made it stronger because I think the claustrophobia, I think, is fairly pervasive in the story.
About your story, Contingency Protocol, what is it you would tell your readers or potential readers about this story to entice them to read your story in this anthology?
Well, I guess short of just touting my own brilliance and saying people should read anything with my name on it, I would say that it's a story that makes people think, and it's a story that challenges assumptions, and it has a lot for science fiction fans because I worked really hard to put the science into it. But it's definitely more than just a story about a spaceship with spores, and there are science fiction horror elements to it. So it should appease different genre fans. I don't like summing up the plot because as a reader, I always want to go in blind and be surprised, hopefully pleasantly. So I'm gonna let the readers do that. But I will definitely say it's a
Yeah.
thinking story and it's a mood story. And I have worked very hard so the ending surprises you, and there are some excellent plot twists, if I do say so myself. So I hope people will check it out and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's certainly a story which has a bit of an emotional heart to it, that I feel readers will be surprised by how they feel at the end of it as well. So, yeah, I'm gonna say like, yeah, I'll be the same as you, and I won't say too much about the plot, but it's something that you should like open your heart to. But there's the thing about Obsidian really, because these are longer reads, but they're all relatively short. So there's six different stories. One of them is novella length. Yours is one of the novelette lengths. Now this is good because there are not that many novelettes out there, are there? There're
Not
not
they
that
should be.
many.
I love the
Yeah, and they
format.
are a good length.
Yeah, I'm so happy
Yeah,
that you put together this format because to me, as a reader, I love that. I don't have so much free time, and I love the opportunity to just sit down and read a full story in an hour or two. So I write novelettes, and some of the first things I've written were novelettes, which were collected into my first collection. But yeah, this one, it's wieldy, as opposed to the unwieldy tomes. So I love the links, and I write a lot of them, and I write a whole lot of novellas. It's not ADD. I can really sit down and write a novel. I genuinely prefer the shorter format.
yeah. Um, so do you think you'll see yourself writing anything longer in the future?
I have written longer things. I have 3 published novels, one of which just came out in March, and I have a veritable slew of other novels on the back burner that my agent is working on getting out there. And yeah, so that's all happening. And I have a new novel, well, a shorter novel, but still a novel coming out on Halloween from Earthling Publications. It's part of their ongoing decades-long Halloween series, and I'm very, very honored to be part of it because it's featured anybody who's anybody in the genre. So yeah, I definitely write all across the board, short stories, novelettes, novellas, novels, but I will always, I think, prefer writing short format if I can help it.
Okay, that makes you quite I think an unusual writer in that you sort of like branch out and not only in different formats and lengths, but also in different genres as well. So because you're not, as I say, you don't write a lot of science fiction. So what else kind of things could we tell our science fiction fans to look out for
Oh, sure.
of your work?
So I did publish science fiction novella a couple of years ago called Arakoth, and that's available from Spaceboy Books. I've also done another book with them that's completely opposite. It's a neo-noir comedy with baked goods called, Do You Know the Muffin Man? So that I think showcases well my range. I write in every genre I like, and I like a lot of genres. So I do horror, thrillers, noir, comedy, sci-fi, bizarre, and yeah, I think that's I've done literary fiction. I have a literary fiction novel that's going out on submission right now. So there are a few things that don't interest me, but everything else is fair game. I hate to be locked into an expectation or a genre, and I'm always very grateful when my fans say, "Well, I only know you from horror, but I read The Muffin Man, and that was really funny." I'm like, yes, try different things, please. Variety is the spice of life.
I say because your website is Mia Dalia verse, isn't it? Is that like the world, the universe of Mia Dalia?
Yes, that was the idea. And actually, it didn't land as well as I thought because a lot of people think that's my actual last name, or they think verse refers to like poetry or something. And I did intend to create a universe of stories. That was my original goal, and I'm still trying. I often insert references from one of my stories into another, in a way that they're still standalone, but they kind of work like Easter eggs for real fans who seem to like
Yeah.
it. And yeah, my goal is to create an all immersive universe for people of different tastes who just like sort of darker speculative fiction across the board.
Okay. And what else? So what are the things that you are reading yourself? Do you read in science fiction? Or do you read in horror?
I
Or do you try not to read anything that influences you?
Oh no, I'll read anything that looks good, but unfortunately my reading time has been very sparse lately, and I've lately been focusing on nonfiction. So I read a lot of that. I read history and geography and things of that nature. I just read a giant book of trivia just because it was informative and it was humorous. And I do read science fiction. I do. I actually prefer it on the funny side. Some of my favorite authors are John Scalzi and Edward Ashton. And in fact, when I was putting out The Muffin Man, I was like, I want to reach out to like one of the funniest authors I know and see if he'll read it. So I reached out to Ed Ashton, and he was very gracious. He read my book, he blurbed it. I put the blurb on the cover. So yeah, for some reason, for science fiction, I like it lighter, but for horror, and I like it very much on the darker side. So it kind of varies. I like to mix it up.
Okay, brilliant. Um, okay, so are you telling me that you've got a novella coming out, you've got a literary novel coming out. So what is else is there in the future for you, do you think, apart from those two things? Anything
Oh,
you'd like to try?
I sometimes things just occur to me and I try them, kind of like the hard sci-fi. So I can't quite predict it. I have a pretty full slate for 2027. So I have, in addition to Halloween novel, I have another novella coming out with Slab Press, and that's dropping this month. It's called A Song for the End of the World. It takes place in Bermuda Triangle, and it finally, for the first time ever, tells the truth about what the heck is going on there. So I hope people will tune in and check that out. I have a collection coming out with Black Shark Books, another British press, that should be dropping, I think, maybe August. And I lost track of how many short stories. A good amount of short stories are coming out all over. I've been averaging 2 a month, which was manageable, but in April I've had 7 short stories come out, and I promptly lost track. But there will be a lot of short stories. And I'm trying to book out 2027 now. I have one novella coming out from another British press that I'm very happy to work with. I have several short stories landing in publications that I'm very proud of. And, hoping that my agent will get some of my longer work out there in a bigger way, because I feel fully ready to work with bigger presses now. And I have a very large back catalog. And tomorrow, well, whenever readers are watching it, this might be the past already, but I'm heading out to Thriller Fest in New York City. I won one of their rare scholarships, so they're
Oh, wow.
actually paying me to go. One of my thrillers proved good enough. They liked it very much. They liked the writing, so they're paying me to go, and there will be hopefully a lot of connections to make there. I'm looking forward to it.
So when this goes out, I think that will be both the past and the present. Is it over the
Ooh.
weekend?
It's so it's happening this week, and the bulk of it is taking place Thursday, the 7th to Saturday, the 9th, including
Well, there we
the
go.
award banquet and all that. So yeah, when you're celebrating the release, I'll be in New York, mingling with the biggest names in thriller genre. Not intimidating at all.
That's a good excuse to not be there on the 9th, isn't it? It's like too busy being honoured with a scholarship to go to this thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
it's good,
fancy
isn't
like
it?
that. I'm sorry. But that's the only excuse.
I'm just
Otherwise,
busy being important.
I
No,
know,
it's
I know.
good. It's good.
Thank you. Yeah, no.
So where's that taking place? Thriller Fest. Where is it again?
It's in New York. It's right in Midtown, right in the center of
Oh, right.
the Manhattan.
So you don't have that far to go.
I
Oh, I
don't
like it when
know.
when you go like I love traveling because I go different places. That's why I like going to conventions. I like going to different cities. I don't really necessarily like it when they happen in like airport hotels because there's nothing to see outside the hotel. Although it's a very good excuse to stick around the bar. Do you think it's Thriller Fest a little bit like that? Have you been before?
I don't I'm the opposite of you. I don't travel very much. Most of my traveling is via books, either the ones I read or write. So this is big to me. This is my big adventure. I have, of course, been to New
Oh,
York,
wow.
but I've never been to stay. I've been just on day trips. And
Mm.
so this is a big deal. And yeah, I was staying right in Midtown, in the heart of the action in the theater area. And it's very exciting, but I honestly don't know what to expect. I've been to smaller cons that are local and are more horror sci-fi, where I guess my name is a little better known. And this just completely took me by surprise. I did not expect this. I just sent out a writing sample in my application, kind of just like, well, it's just, why not give it a shot? It's free. And then
That's
when
good.
I
That's
got
good.
it, I was very taken aback because this is definitely something I could never afford on my own. So it's great.
And
I've
yeah.
read so many of those authors. It's kind of like it's a little surreal, you know. So it's very interesting because I haven't published my thrillers yet. They're as of yet unpublished, and it's really nice to hear that at least one of them is good enough to merit like a prestigious scholarship.
That is really good. Also, I think New York's amazing. I went, oh gosh, last time was about 13 years ago, and I didn't have any money then, so I basically went into town. I went into town, went into the city on the train from New Brunswick, where I was staying, and then I basically did a walking tour of the sculpture park
Okay.
because that's free. You can just walk miles and miles and miles, and there's free water fountains around. So if you have a little water bottle, you can get water on the way. And then I spent a little money. I went to see the Statue of Liberty, and then I walked back through Chinatown and got some noodles, and that was really nice. So yeah, there's a way of doing it on the cheap. I'm just saying it's great. Didn't go up in the Empire State Building or anything, but yeah, I did see quite a lot of stuff. So there's my tips for you.
No, that's great. Like travel tips, it's good. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to actually see much of the city, but I'm hoping to see at least some, at least pop by at least one of the museums because I'm a huge art fan, and any chance to see great art in person should not be missed. But other than that, I don't know. They have fancy things. They have breakfasts and banquets, and
Oh, it's nice.
I like to see how many people I can meet. I guess it's very interesting because the local con that I've been to twice now, they keep inviting me, so I keep going, and it's called PhilCon because it's Philadelphia. So yeah, I've been meeting people left and right. I've made some great friends over the last 2 years there. So you never know. Like pop in with an open mind. Never know what's gonna happen.
Oh, it's exciting times. You never know then if you're like ever tempted to like I think science fiction world cons are talking to either have where is it? Brisbane or Nuremberg. And I think when they go out of the States, because at the moment I'm not going to go to the States, but if they come out of the States, I'll probably go to one of those. So if you go to one of those, I'll likely meet you there.
I would love
If
to.
you
I
want to
was
travel.
Hey, EasterCon, I mean, when I was like reading about it, and I just kept thinking, I know way more people at EasterCon than I do here locally. My agent is English, and a lot of my publishers are, and a lot of my friends are. So it's great. And one of my books, Alakazam, it was published by PS Publishing last summer, and that's now on the voting list for BFAs. And
Nice.
Oh, I mean, so that's pretty flattering too, but I don't know. It's kind of far. You guys are a little far, I will say that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm hoping you do get to travel a bit and enjoy New York.
Thank you.
And it's been fantastic speaking to you. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
your story is brilliant. And
Yes,
everybody should read it.
everybody read it. It's great. There it is. There's Donna and there's me. So yes, please.
Okay. Mia Dalia, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right.